Hi YouTubers! I am going to review a foundation today for you guys. Now I am dark cocoa, dark chocolate with really strong red undertones. And even if you don't have red undertones, most people tend to buy products that are warm. I've been looking everywhere for an appropriate foundation. I actually have several that I've purchased, and I will let you know my colors in the most popular brands. In MAC, I am an NW45. When I put on an NW47, it does match my neck, but it tends to make my face look muddy, and I don't really like that look. I love the ebony glow look, but I don't like the muddy look. So I will almost always purchase an NW45. I had the Studio Fix foundation, and to be honest, I liked the coverage, but it just was like blah to me. And there were some yellow undertones that I was seeing in the NW45, which I know it's supposed to be more of a red and golden undertone. So that foundation did not work for me. I've also tried Black Opal in almost every color that could be near what I am. I started off with hazelnut in the cream, in the powder form, the light yellow oval shaped foundation in hazelnut. That did not work. It made me look like an orange moon man. And I tried it in carob, which is the very darkest, which also had that muddy clay like look to it. It was just not an attractive look for me. I tried it in totally bronze, which I thought was gonna work, but it was too yellow and too golden for me, so none of those brands worked. So I went through MAC and I went through Black Opal, going back and forth, returning and purchasing, being embarrassed that I'm returning used products, but I'm not going to keep any products that don't work for my skin. So finally I decided to give Fashion Fair a try. With Fashion Fair, I tried the compact, which is the cream to powder in the most red color that they had, which is it's 3 from the last. I believe it's a new color. Um, I have it somewhere, but I didn't bring it. It's not on camera. But what I ended up getting was the Fashion Fair Perfect Finish Souffle makeup. Now this stuff comes in 1.68 ounce. It almost looks like Pond's. Like it looks like a cream that you should apply at night. It doesn't look like a foundation. It's unlike any foundation that I've ever used. It's what I have on right now. As you can see, it's a perfect match, and it gives me such strong red undertones that it makes me look like I'm wearing a second skin. This has a really dewy glow to it even when I put a finishing powder on, and it doesn't look overly oily or greasy. My color in this is Brown Blaze. I will recommend. Now the girls at Fashion Fair, I hate to call you guys out, but I've been to about 3 counters. None of them know what they're talking about. I say, am I red undertone or golden? They'll say golden, they'll say red, they'll say yellow. They don't know. So you find out what undertone you are before you go in. Whatever color they give you, go one shade lighter in your undertone. Now the thing about Fashion Fair is the color next to the color, the other colors won't be in the same undertone. So this is Brown Blaze, for example. If I go one shade lighter, I think I go to what color is it? Something brown, like brown sugar. I go to brown sugar, and brown sugar is a yellow undertone, but this is super red. Now you'll see how this looks. It looks like pudding. I could just like lick it. Now when you see this on camera, it looks like, oh, it's perfect. It's her shade. When I put it on my hand, it is so much lighter. Look at that. You would never even think that this would be my color. But what happens with the souffle, and is already starting to happen, is that this thing has some really intense oxidizing properties. Oxidation basically means it gets darker. I would say that once you actually blend it out, it turns about a shade and a half darker than how you purchased it. Now if you'll see, I'm not even blending it in that much. And you see how that went from super light to super dark right there, and that becomes my color. Now this stuff is thick as thieves. It is so thick. Look at this. It will not fall out if you turn it upside down. It is just the most intimidating thing to work with. So when I first got it, I've never blended or mixed my foundation with anything. So I was like, okay, well, I have my product. Let me just apply it on my face with a foundation brush. And I literally used like 1/16 of this huge thing one time. And I was like, I really don't need this much foundation. Now I'm a cream to powder girl all day. Now this is not a cream to powder, this is a souffle, and it's oil free, and it absorbs oil for a stay true powder soft finish. It's amazing. But what you do is you work it. So you take, this is all I've taken. Can you imagine from this, a product like this will last you about 6 months if you learn how to use it right. So you just take this little bit and you put this, I put it on my hand, just like that. Okay, now you use another oil control moisturizer. I like to use Cetaphil because it also has sunscreen, so I do everything in one. And depending on how much coverage you want, which is another great thing about this product, you determine how much coverage you want. So if I just put this on my face, it would probably stretch maybe dime's worth of foundation. Once I learned to blend it with some lotion, and that's basically what I'm doing. I'm stretching the products. Okay. And now I've created a 75% coverage. So it's still full coverage, but it's like 75% to apply on my face. So, for example, if I wanted it here or here, here, and here, I really just apply it in dots. You can use your finger. I like to use the brush. My skin is very sensitive, so I don't even use a brush anymore. I just use one of those. I use a Laura Mercier like foundation sponge. And look at that. And this could stretch some more. I mean, look, just by doing this, look how far out I can stretch that little dot. And then this is the coverage that you end up getting. Look, and then if you wait just a little bit, wait for it to settle in, it becomes like a super powder soft finish. This souffle is like magic to me. I've never had such a high, it is a very high maintenance product. I've never had such a high maintenance product where I had to be like putting moisturizers and everything to blend with it. Another thing that would work is you could blend it with a primer. I spent $28 on this, which for some girls, that's like nothing. And you know, there are some things like I definitely wish this exact color could come in a cream to powder. They do have a brown blaze cream to powder, but it's so different from this color. It's actually like way too light for me. And I just tried to color match with the cream to powder. It didn't work. This is the best thing that I found so far. And it is a little high maintenance. I do have to like blend it, but look at this. Like now that it's blended in, you can't even like remove it. It's just amazing. So for any dark chocolate girls who are having issues finding their color, I definitely recommend this souffle. I've used it as my concealer, and I also have it on my face. I just thickened it on around my face. So it's amazing. All I have is some eyeliner and mascara and very light lipstick, and I feel so perfect. The coverage is absolutely amazing, and it's just another beauty secret that I want to share with some chocolate sisters, because this has been an overwhelming experience to find the right foundation shade, and I just hope to facilitate the process for you girls too, okay? So good luck to you. Happy foundation hunting, and long live Fashion Fair. I am a customer for life now. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye.